Good evening, and welcome to Tom's Terror Trove and tonight's chapter, Chapter 6, of my ongoing narration of Project Moon's The Distortion Detective. If you like what I do, please give a thumbs up or a rating on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. It helps out this podcast heaps. Chapter 6. Smoking Pipe. I let out a crimson-red breath. We have 1 month until we leave for District 11. I've accepted taking Han Hee-jun's offer to be an effective truth at this point, and I imagine it will be a long trip. We might never come back, even.
We're shopping at the Workshop Boulevard today! That means we also get to eat outside, right?
We're not going there for leisure.
I know. Our purpose of visit is to request the workshops for the equipment and gadgets we need in our office.
Ezra spoke with excitement.
This could be our very last chance to shop.
I know that, too.
We gotta leave in a month.
You can stay here if you want to.
I just can't let you eat all the treats down there by yourself, though.
The workshops in the boulevard treat various necessities and supplies as well as equipment for fixers. Therefore, it's important to pick the right workshops according to your needs. Of course, workshops try to advertise themselves as well. Some become known through word of mouth. Despite how complicated it can be to navigate the products at a workshop, I don't expend any effort toward looking for adequate workshop goods myself. My assistant Ezra here is a maniac for workshop products. She seems to have a peculiar tendency to prefer more expensive workshops, but she does a lot of research on various gear and gadgets, and the ones she purchases end up being quite reliable. She's pretty much stuffed her personal collection of gadgets in the dimensional bag by now.
Detective! The workshops I frequent are all sold out or out of request slots. I wonder what's up.
I don't know. Maybe the fixers are out wreaking havoc on some place we haven't seen. So, you've failed to get any of the equipment we wanted?
Yepper, I have. We're not gonna get the gadgets in time if I request for them any later,
Ezra mumbled. I continued to walk the streets, assuming that things will work out somehow.
Detective! Behind us!
Yes, a bunch of nuisances are after us. Could they be from a syndicate? Maybe an office of fixers? Or perhaps a wing? Whichever they may belong to, they're all essentially the same. They want to extract information from me. Well, to have a friendly chat with the fellows following us into the streets like this, we need to go deeper into the alleys. We slowly walk through the complex alleyways, intertwined like a maze. Steel doors are lined up on the walls, guarding residences that don't appear to be well maintained. The time is midday. The noise of pedestrians fades away, while the footsteps of our pursuers become louder. We've arrived at a dead end, an empty lot. This is our favoured spot for conversations, an obscure corner in the streets with no witnesses. And even if a witness were to exist, they wouldn't be able to go anywhere from here. Now, what could you be wondering about, friends, so much as to follow us all the way down here? I took out my pipe from its inner coat pocket and held it between my lips. That's a lot of people. I'm seeing around 30 of them. They're all wearing green suits. The distortion doesn't seem too bad. All of them are holding weapons like bats or knives. One in a green fedora walks up to us and starts speaking. "Are you Moses, the fixer from Cookie Street?" "Yes, I am," I answered with a smile. "We'd like to purchase that long smoking pipe you're carrying." This was unexpected. Someone already has intel on my pipe.
For how much?
Ezra asks with sparkling passion in her eyes. 100 million on.
Nah, this thing's worth at least 500 million. There's no way we're negotiating for a price that low. Right, Detective?
Ezra said in a rather disappointed tone. Not even 500 million an could buy it. This is essentially part of me, you see. I never fathomed the idea of selling it to anyone. Who told you about this pipe, by the way?
Well, that's unfortunate. We were looking forward to a peaceful trade.
The one in the fedora walked back and blended into the group. Ezra, can you handle them all on your own?
Yes, Chief!
Ezra yelled as she put her dimensional bag on the ground.
Street combat loadout!
In response to Ezra's command, the Nestor hammer flew into her hand as she got equipped with Alas workshop gloves. The group of 30 people started charging us all at once. Ezra blocks off the cramped passage to the empty lot by herself as she takes on the gang one by one. Alice workshop gloves can accelerate the movement of her hands by 5 times the velocity. Activating the gloves, she swings her Nestor hammer, a small one-handed hammer suited for combat in confined spaces such as the alleyway we're in right now. The hammer is capable of delivering impact to a large area of the object its head comes into contact with. When the Nestor hammer hits one hoodlum in green with such accelerated force, it punches a wide hole through his chest. She violently swings her other hand to crush the jaw of another ruffian rushing at her. She breaks the bones and smashes the flesh of one mobster at a time, but not even her superior physique could impede all of them from getting through the passage. Notably, Ezra is not exactly taking this seriously.
Please take care of the ones I missed, Detective.
I'm cutting your salary.
What?
I let out a crimson red breath. The smoking pipe emitted a scarlet glow before assuming the shape of a sword. I grabbed its handle and prepared to talk. I position myself and stab the blade into the neck of a thug running at me. With elegance and composure in every step, I puncture a red hole in the body of each gangster coming at me. The strong scent of blood soon filled the alleyway and the lot.
Detective! That fedora guy is trying to run away!
Ezra yelled at me, her body drenched in blood. I exhaled a violet breeze into my pipe. The pipe began flailing around as it elongated. It soon shifted into a whip with purple thorns growing out of it. I lashed out my pipe to snatch the ankle of the person in the fedora. They stumbled and fell flat on their face into a pool of blood. Ezra drags the fallen mobster and drops them in front of me. Tell me, who gave you the information about my pipe? I was trying to avoid using it too often so I wouldn't draw unnecessary attention. I'm afraid I cannot say. Ezra, go have a nice heart-to-heart talk with this fellow. Leaving the interrogation to Ezra, I smoked alone in the empty parking lot. A few moments later, Ezra came back with the person whose face was now mashed up pretty badly.
Detective, this one seems to have a lock on their brain or something. I can't get them to spill the beans no matter what I do.
I lifted the head of the mobster and take a look at the back of their head. The tiny logo of J Corp is branded on it. Indeed, it's locked with a singularity. Well, the client must have spent quite a bit of money. Still, there's a way, as long as it's not the most expensive type. I exhaled a white puff through the pipe. The smoke coils around the mobster's body. Now, take a deep breath in. They begin to tremble as they inhaled the smoke. You're not acting out of your own will anymore. You're obeying my will. The lock will obstruct your thoughts no longer. They slowly begin to speak at last. Yuri Atelier. wanted to study the mechanisms of that pipe. Said it's okay for us to kill as long as we brought the thing.
Gasp!
Ezra's eyes were open, shocked by what she just heard. Ezra, do you know anything about Uria Atelier?
Of course! It's a premium workshop only accessible to people with their membership. It's probably one of the top 10 workshops in District 14, I think.
The workshop maniac's eyes sparkled as she gave me the explanation. Then why couldn't we join that membership?
The conditions are a bit tricky. I don't think they'll accept us.
They want to study the mechanisms of my smoking pipe, huh? I'm interested in learning how this thing works as well. Do you think that workshop could provide us with the gear we need?
Yeah, you bet. They most certainly have the skills.
Ezra, lead me to this Uria Atelier. Let's say hello to whoever tried to get us killed, and take this thug with us, just in case. What the next chapter holds. This place is a real piece of work. No wonder we couldn't be invited to that membership.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting this much.
That was Chapter 6 of Distortion Detective by Kim Ji-hoon. Stay tuned for more chapters in the coming days. Good night, everybody.